Hello everyone, today I will talk about this topic, not IQ, not EQ, but LQ. First of all, we all know people who are very smart, they have high EQ. But if high EQ is the most important, then why they are not the people that governing this earth? Next, we look at EQ. EQ means emotional intelligence. If people with high EQ will be the one that is the most important, then they should be in the C-suite today. But we know, we look at people in the room, we all have high IQ, we also have high EQ. And some of you could be not achieving what you're supposed to do. So let me share with you, the most important is actually LQ, love intelligence. Why is it so? I have this experience when I was coaching a team of sales supervisors. They have a team of salespeople going on door selling Vitagen drinks, the Vitagen drinks. And I look at the list, there was one lady, her sales was always the top, not 1 year, 2 years, but consistently for 5 years. So I was curious and I asked to get a chance to follow her from behind to understand how did she manage to do this, because my goal is to incorporate her style, her success formula into the entire team of Vitagen. So when I first saw this lady, I was surprised. This lady looked so ordinary and she doesn't even speak well. In fact, she speaks with some stammering. And I just follow her and I realized that she is doing something very ordinary, but in very extraordinary way. The interesting is that she doesn't do anything special. When she knocks on the door, first thing she does is not to ask, whether you want to buy Vitagen drink or not. No, first thing she asks is, how are you? And she can remember in her head what they have told her previously, maybe 2 weeks ago. For example, 2 weeks ago, the customer said that my son's going to NS. She will ask, how is his NS? So she shows the care by her memory of people. And she cares it from the bottom of her heart. It's very sincere. It's not because I care for you, I need the sale. She just cares for people. And then after that, she will have the next C called courage. She encourages them to continue the path of drinking healthy drink Vitagen. And thirdly, she establishes deeper connection with these people. So she not just connects at this person, that's called level 1, like in linking. She connects with level 2, level 3. In fact, I think maybe down to level 5. She would remember that this customer has a cousin who stays in another block and they are going away for 2 weeks. So she actually asked that can she now deliver to that cousin. So after that, she will ask for referrals, ask for some kind of recommendations. So you see, she just spent a good deal of time on the customer with full focus, with full heart, and she's able to get the sales from them. So she's doing something very productive. Very simply, she's doing the 3 C's, the care, courage, and connection. And these are exactly what love intelligence is about. By the way, love intelligence is not love. Love is love. Love intelligence is not the romance kind of love. Love intelligence is a strategy of using love as a form of power to build connections with people so as to create win-win. Love intelligence may sound a bit complicated, but at the end of the day, it is pretty simple. It is made up of the 3 C's, care, courage, and connection. And I remember when I use love intelligence with my trainees, I just simply look at them into the eyes and I ask them, how is everything? No need to ask so much, what have you learned? How is everything so far? And I pause there for 2 seconds. That is care. And I practice courage by encouraging them to speak their mind. And I also give them the courage, they try the ideas that I taught in the class. Thirdly, I build deeper connections with them by getting them to firstly connect deep with themselves. So ladies and gentlemen, I already using the 3 C's, care, courage, and connection. I hope you can remember these 3 C's So please say after me, K, courage, connection. K, courage, connection. That's right. So we have the 3 C's, and that's love, intelligence. How about the Sun Tzu Art of War? You know, the Art of War does not use the word love in the entire 6,000 words book. But love is mentioned numerous times from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 13. So at the beginning, Sun Tzu talks about the art of war is very important, it's of vital importance to the state. It concerns your life and death. That is already a form of expression of love. And the entire book talks about win without fighting. That to me is a high form of love. Not to mention that Sun Tzu also talks about you should take care of your soldiers as though they were your children. And he talks about know yourself, know your opponent. In 100 battles, you will have no danger. So to me, know yourself is also a form of love. You know your strengths, your weaknesses, and you're able to accept who you are. But how about knowing other people? When we talk about knowing other people, it's not just knowing the basic facts, but knowing what are they feeling about. You know, at the end of the day, people will not remember how smart you are, but people will never forget what you make them feel about themselves. So using the Sun Tzu Art of War, you know others, you know, and then you make them feel better about themselves. In other words, you know them and you elevate them. Now I know this guy is a little bit careless, but I elevate him by letting him know this carelessness is actually a sign of a courage that's able to do things fast, and if he can be more careful, that will be even better. So the Sun Tzu Art of War, in fact, is talking about love. That's why this book, by right in Chinese, is called Sun Tzu Bing Fa. It should be translated as Sun Tzu or Sun Tzu Military Methods. But Lionel Giles, the guy who first translated this, called it the Art of War. Art, meaning that it is not just fighting. In other words, it is an art of love. In fact, the Sun Tzu Art of War and love intelligence, they go hand in hand. That's why I have the 2 books. One is called Love Intelligence, the other is called Sun Tzu Sales Secrets. Because I know many of you here are actually influencers, are managers, so you actually use sales, not in selling product or service, but in sales, in selling ideas. So these 2 books, Love Intelligence and Sun Tzu Sales Secrets, will form a perfect combination, a perfect manual for you to make 2016 an unforgettable year. At the end of the day, love intelligence is about we able to use love to create win-win, and the Sun Tzu Art of War is about win without fighting. Combined together, that means you have the art of winning with love.